All right, welcome back to the Lexicata Getting Started video series. In this video, we'll be covering how to sync your email and calendar with Lexicata. So let's go ahead and go over to the settings page, and we'll go ahead and go down to the email page within settings. Okay, so the way the email and calendar integration works with Lexicata is it's one sync between both systems. Most people tend to use a single provider for their email and calendar, such as Google or Outlook or Microsoft Exchange or any of those. But we can also connect to other IMAP-based email systems. Unfortunately, we cannot connect to other calendars unless it's Outlook or Google or Exchange based at this time. So just be aware of that. And in order to sync your calendar, you will need to first sync your email. So you're basically connecting to your email account through, again, Google, Outlook, or Microsoft Exchange. Then you'll be able to connect the corresponding calendar in the calendar settings page, which is here. All right, so first off, let's go ahead and click the sync email button, and we'll go ahead and show you how to put in your credentials and connect your email account. And you'll notice here that the system automatically detects which email provider you're using. So in this case, I'm using Google for this email address. If you're using Outlook or Yahoo or some other email provider, it might look a little different than this, but it's basically just gonna ask you to sign in to your email account using your normal email and password. And keep in mind, in some instances, if you use Microsoft Exchange, you may need to input some additional server credentials. That is something you'll have to get from Microsoft, from your account, or from your IT provider. That isn't something that we have access to, so you would need to get those credentials from someone in your IT department who might be more familiar with how your system is set up. The other thing to point out is that this does involve a third party here, which is called the Nihilus Sync Engine. It's basically just an API we use to access your email account. They handle the authentication and ability to access data in between Lexicata and your email. All right, so the process here is pretty straightforward. You're just going to put in your email address if it's not in there already. And I'll just go ahead and put in my password here and click next. And it's that easy. So now you're gonna see it says here synced, and it's gonna have a link to unsync your email. If you needed to do so, you can just simply click that with one click. It'll disconnect you from your email account. But that's basically all you have to do. And so now you have the ability not only to have your email synced to Lexicata, but also your calendar that corresponds to that email account. So let's go ahead and go here to the calendar settings as well. You'll notice here we have two different options for calendar provider. You can use your Clio calendar if you're a Clio user. If you're not a Clio user, you'd want to choose the other option, which is going to be, in my case, it's a Gmail calendar because I'm using Google, but if you use Outlook or some other calendar, it would say that. Go ahead and choose that option. And the other important thing here is to select which calendar you want to sync with. So Outlook and Google Calendar and even Clio Calendar give you the ability to create multiple calendars within your account. So you might, for instance, have a calendar for court dates and one for consultations and different things like that, or different people might have different calendars for different things or different types of events. So you want to use this drop-down menu here where you can select which calendar to connect to from your account. So I have a bunch of different options here. I'm going to choose aaron@lexicata.com. That's going to typically be the default calendar that you use. It's typically named with your email address. So I'll go ahead and choose that. That's all you have to do. And now moving forward, any events that I create in Lexicata can be automatically added to this calendar. And so there's basically 4 types of events that you can add to a calendar from Lexicata. Those are all listed here with checkboxes by them. So this gives you the ability to customize what types of things you want to go onto your linked calendar. So you'll see we have the ability to add appointments. So if you schedule an appointment in Lexicata, you can automatically have that added to the calendar, and it would go on this calendar that you've selected here. You can add form and document due dates. So when you're sending out an intake form or a document for e-signing, you can assign a due date to that, and the due date would be noted on your calendar if this box is checked. And again, if you don't want any of these options, you can simply uncheck the boxes to disable them. You can also add scheduled emails to the calendar. So this is kind of nice if you have reminder emails or other automatically scheduled emails to be going out to clients. Basically just gives you a way to manage those outside of Lexicata so you know, oh, I have an email scheduled. In case you needed to cancel that for any reason, you could do that. And finally, tasks. So if every time you create a task in Lexicata, you could have the due date for that task added as an event on your calendar as well. So pretty straightforward really to connect your email and calendar to Lexicata. And the benefit of this is that it gives you a much more seamless way for managing your events that you create in Lexicata and also for managing your email correspondence. So once you've synced your email to Lexicata, any emails you send out from Lexicata will go through your regular email server. So it's not going to say it's from Lexicata or any third party at all. Your client will never know the difference. It's literally going to look like it came directly from your email account because it actually did. It's just that Lexicata is now accessing your email account in order to generate the messages for you. So again, keeps a really personalized approach and feel for the client. They won't know you're using software to help automate and streamline behind the scenes. It's just going to be generating regular email messages through your email account. And we'll also be pulling in sent email messages that you send into Lexicata as well, so you can have a record of them. So that wraps up this video on how to connect your email and calendar account to Lexicata. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let us know. In the next video, we're going to be covering how to start inputting potential clients into Lexicata using the quick intake feature. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.